1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Time to get this show on the road. Well, in the podcast, because we're not going on the road.
Right. Have you been? You've been on the roads.
Roads are a little slick in
I have
spots.
not,
Yeah. People forgot how to drive in.
Yeah.
It's not even really that much snow. It's just slick spots.
Right.
So be careful. All winter long. Even if it's not winter yet.
Right. Well, last night I was... by the way, this is Mike and John Got It Going On, brought to you by Firehouse Doors.
We are.
Yes. I thought we'd mention that.
That where Mike and John got it going on?
Well, yeah. I mean, it says
that's
it
a good
back
idea.
here, but...
Yeah, it
still
does.
figured it.
We have a website,
Make
too.
it
It says
official.
that back there,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
How about that?
MikeandJohnPodcast.com.
Yeah, you should go to that.
Oh, well.
All right. So what about last night?
Went and visited my kid. He's living in Linden now. Him and a bunch of friends are, renting a house out there. And,
How cool is that?
yeah. Well, anyway.
Is it more fashionable than the pod pad?
Boy. But I suddenly very much appreciated my parents' point of view when they first came and visited me when I first lived on my own, because I'm sure they had the same look of like, oh boy.
Horror. The look of horror on one's face.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
boy.
Anyway, but no, but we had to drive up to Linden last night, and it's snowing, and the roads are slick, and then we're on we went up Argentine Road, and so it's dark, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, this is the opening of deer season.
Oh, you went hunting.
So, and it was the 10-year anniversary since I ran into a deer in my old van.
Good times.
Yeah, so I saw that on Facebook. Thanks, Facebook, for reminding me about that.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, just like, oh.
You know, if you wear an orange vest, they'll stay away from your...
Oh, I didn't think about that. You're right.
All right. Things coming up today. We've got our 2-cent history lesson. We've got to look at news and a little bit of sports, too. We'll see if we got a winner in last night's trivia question. It was a toughie. A lot of great guesses. I guess I could have made it easier. I could have lobbed it.
Well, why?
But I didn't.
We
Why
try
start
to.
now?
We want to challenge your
Yes.
intellect. We're not here to just feed the answers to you.
Heck no.
That's not what you want. Well, probably some of you do.
It probably is. We'll also talk to our buddy Steve Schulte about an upcoming modern old-fashioned variety shoe.
Shoe. And
not
I
a
double
show?
checked. I'm like,
It's not a show?
is that misspelled? No. I think it's officially
variety
called
shoe.
the Variety Shoe.
So a little Ed Sullivan.
Kind of, I think so.
Really big shoe.
Really big shoe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser, so we'll be talking to him.
2-cent history and whatever else we can fit in this morning. But first, a look at local news, which you can subscribe to our free newsletter on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. It's
Yes, you
free.
can. Yeah.
It's daily. You get it by 5 p.m., so you're sitting there at dinner,
Right.
waiting for the microwave to go. Boom. You got your news right there in hand,
Yeah.
or on your phone, or on your computer,
On
your iPad,
on your pad. Yeah.
whatever, wherever.
Maybe on your Apple Watch.
That's hard to read.
Maybe for those who still have the Google glasses or whatever those things. I don't know.
Oh, that would be cool. News in front of your eye.
Yeah.
But John is here
to
deliver that news. As if he was a newspaper boy from the 1930s.
Extra!
Read all about it
Yeah.
with John King. Brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
All right, here's what's going on. Hamburg Township Police say surveillance operations resulted in the arrest of 2 suspects in connection with a break-in of a home that was damaged by fire last week. During the early morning hours of November 9th, the residents on Tian Road near Cowell sustained heavy damage in a fire that was significant enough that the residents were unable to continue living there. According to a release, the following evening, Hamburg Township officers arrested the 2 suspects after conducting a surveillance operation on the home. There had been a series of break-ins at fire-damaged homes in the county. The suspects, a 51-year-old Livonia man and a 43-year-old man from Southfield, were arrested for the break-in and charged by the Livingston County Prosecutor's Office with felony home invasion, receiving and concealing stolen property, and possession of burglary tools. The investigation into the previous fire-related home invasions remains ongoing. South Lyon will be getting a new top cop next month. After nearly 4 years in the position, Police Chief Chris Sovic will be stepping down November 30th, with Lieutenant Doug Bakke taking his place. Bakke has spent his entire career with the department, starting as a part-time officer straight out of the police academy in 1990. Meanwhile, the 55-year-old Sovic, who lives in Howell, is leaving after 31 years and says he does so with great memories. He told HometownLife.com that it's been a win-win for both parties, supporting him to have a life and raise 3 kids while giving the city 31 years of solid law enforcement, and that he had no regrets. Quote, "I am sad to leave the people I work with," said Sovic, "but it's a win-win for my family and the city of South Lyon," end quote. And the Livingston County Enforcement Community will be conducting the 6th annual Cram the Cruiser food drive this Saturday, November 19th from 10 till 2. Officers, troopers, and deputies with the Brighton, Fowlerville, Green Oak, Hamburg Township, Howell, Pinckney, and Unadilla Township Police Departments, as well as the Michigan State Police Brighton Post and Livingston County Sheriff's Office, will be collecting non-perishable food items and goods for donation to local food banks and shelters throughout the county. Area grocery stores that are taking part include the Howell, Brighton, Hamburg, and Heartland Krogers, the Genoa Township Aldi, Bush's Fresh Food Market in Pinckney, Brighton Meyer, and the Walmart stores in Fowlerville and Howell. And that's information you'll find at MikeandJohnPodcast.com. And it's back to the ice for high school teams, as our own Tim Robinson reports.
The high school hockey season begins tonight for area teams who start a season full of changes. For starters, Heartland, the defending Division II champion, is competing with Brighton and Howell in Division I this season. Howell begins its season at Livonia Franklin tonight, and like most everyone else, Howell coach Rocky Johnson is looking forward to seeing his team get its season underway.
We're all undefeated right now, so it's a great time of the year. And, it's exciting. Everybody gets new. We all got a new shiny toy, and, what does it look like? Let's polish it off. Let's play with it a little bit and see what we can do with it. And, it's always fun at the beginning.
Brighton, which lost to Detroit Catholic Central in last year's Division I championship game, is home against Novi. The Bulldogs are playing in a division with 5 teams in the top 10, including Heartland and Howell. Heartland's move to Division I means only one team from Livingston County can win a state title this year. That has not been the case in the last decade. Brighton coach Kurt Cavisto says the KLAA will also be even more competitive this year.
Yeah, especially as you get towards the end of the season. I think just internally, with some of those rivalries ramp up. Us and Heartland, for example, there's finality to that when you can see them at the end of the season. Previously, we were competing for different state championships, so when you're competing for the same thing, I think it ratchets that rivalry up a little bit.
Heartland, meanwhile, gets its season started with a game against Catholic Central at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth, one that pits last year's champions in Divisions 1 and 2 against each other. Heartland coach Rick Gadwood says the scheduling is no accident.
Yeah, it's by design. I mean, we're looking forward to competing against a team of that nature and just showing, especially our young guys, the ones coming in, really what high school hockey is all about. And that atmosphere is going to be pretty cool. It's at USA Hockey Arena. If you want to earn a spot back there, you have to have a heck of a year and get your way through playoffs. So it'll kind of be something where we start the year there and against one of the best teams in the state, if not the best, and then we see what happens.
It's the only meeting between those teams this season. The championships will be played at USA Hockey Arena on March 11th. And Pinckney, which had its best season in a decade last winter, didn't have enough players to field a team this year and will be in a co-op program with Walled Lake Western and play at the Kensington Valley Ice House.
Oh,
John?
Well, thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. We weren't playing with cigars while you were doing
Not
this.
at all. No, of course not.
How come I got the short cigar?
Well, it's just the way it worked out. Genetics.
Nice.
Okay. And that's what's going on. Yeah. News is brought to you
by Cooper and Binkley
Okay,
Jewelers.
just checking.
Mark Binkley could barely drive a car when his dad bought the best jewelry store in town from Mr. Cooper. He spent a lot of time there after school and weekends, enough to know that he loved the jewelry business. Mark and his family were exiting a Sunday church service when Mark saw something more dazzling than any precious stone: barbelockery. Successful and beautiful was a combination too great to resist, and around Valentine's Day, a nervous and pale Mark Binkley asked barbelockery to be his bride. They were married in the rustic, cozy church sanctuary where they met, and decided to build Cooper and Binkley Jewelers together. You'll see them there every day, working hard just like you, helping people make special times in their lives even more special with a gift from Cooper and Binkley. They'd love to hear your stories of romance at Cooper and Binkley Diamond Jewelers in lovely downtown Brighton.
All right.
Boy, did we have to work hard to get a winner last night in TNT Tuesday Night Trivia.
Did we?
I had to throw out a clue and then add on to that clue.
And
It was a clue plus a clue.
It's a double
It
clue.
did work.
It
yes.
did. All right.
Tuesday Night Trivia, of course, brought to you by real estate agent Tanya Zirkle with Sold by Tanya Z, whose motto is comfort is the key to home. The question from last night. Experts say if you or your spouse do this, your child will do it too at a very, very early age. What is it if you or your spouse do?
Right.
Will your child do it at an early age? I guess I should have put by the age of 1 because there was a lot of
precise.
Yeah. Some said smoke. That was a pretty popular guess. If your kid's smoking by the age of 1, might be time to think about putting that butt down.
Yeah, I don't know. Might be time to get ready for a visit from Child Protective Services.
Does baby talk?
What?
Well, that was after I gave a clue, by the way. Some of the other guesses: play an instrument or sing,
Read books.
be kind.
Swear. You hear those words, you think they don't, and they do. And they get repeated back at the worst times. Where'd you learn that?
Jessica says, bite one's nails. What else do we have here? Eat their vegetables.
Exercise.
Volunteer. Good guesses. What else do we have?
Say please and thank you. That's true. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Now, they never say it around you, but when they go over to somebody else's house.
Gimme.
Yeah.
Gimme.
But then that's why when other parents go, oh, your child is so well-mannered.
That's right.
My kid, right? This one here? Really? Oh, okay.
You sure? Were there other kids around? Get married, eat vegetables, as we said, play sports, brush their teeth. Let's see any other great. Drink alcohol. Yeah, kids starting early.
Snort when laughing.
Laugh snorter.
The laugh snorter.
Snort laugher.
Well, you know.
Snort laugher. All right, so my clue, which I had to add in here, was when you or your spouse does this,
Right.
it can be annoying. It can cause arguments, as a matter of fact.
It can. It
But
can
when
alter,
you're a child,
yeah, it can alter arrangements.
yes.
Yeah.
When your child, who is very, very young,
Right.
does this, it could be kind of cute or funny.
It's cute when the kid does it, not when the adult does it.
Yeah. So we finally got a winner. It was Susan Barduca,
Okay.
and the answer was snore.
Right.
So, listen to the little boopsie. But when it's you, not so much. And
Right.
as John said, could change sleeping arrangements.
That's cute.
So congratulations to Susan getting the answer and winning a pair of tickets to check out Little Women at the Dio on December 23rd. That's tickets for her and a guest. Enjoy the show and dinner as well at the Dio Theater in Pinckney. So congratulations, Susan Barduca, our big winner from last night's TNT Tuesday Night Trivia. By the way, we've got a local birthday to pass along.
We do.
Happy birthday to Tim Anguish. Tim, born on this day, 1966.
Uh-huh.
His mom and dad were listening to the Beatles.
It's a good
Revolver
year.
album.
Yeah, they would have been listening to Revolver.
Yeah.
Did you see that the Revolver? They've got this whole Revolver reissue with all the outtakes and whatever, and it's going to cost $8,000. And I want one.
You want one of those?
Yeah,
We'll put that on the
just
Christmas
putting that
list.
out there.
So whoever wins that $1,000 we're giving
there you
away
go.
at Christmas in the
I'm
Ville.
sure you will rush right out and buy that for me.
Buy Revolver for
Yeah.
John, the
Yeah,
special edition.
reissue.
With John saying, Paul, was that you snoring?
Right, so, I don't know if you've heard, there was a clip of one of the things from the album, they released it as a kind of a promotional thing, of John Lennon playing the melody to Yellow Submarine, but he was singing completely different lyrics.
That's crazy.
And it was interesting. And so you go, oh, okay, so you can see where the song starts and then where it ends up, a completely different place.
And then you have Ringo singing it in the original version.
Well, the one that ended up on the album.
Right.
Yeah, this was like an outtake that they were just kind of goofing around in the studio. And you think, oh, okay, so now we know John came up with the melody. And then they're like, oh, I got to throw a song to Ringo.
Yeah.
I get this old piece of crap
later.
later.
We did that Octopus's Garden. We got to give Ringo something else to do.
Well, that came later.
Yeah, of course.
That was after. See, he did Yellow Submarine. Then I'm like, well, he's already doing an Aqua theme. Let's we'll give him the Octopus's Garden. Although actually, I think Ringo wrote Octopus's Garden. If I'm not mistaken.
Probably did. Yeah. That's a work of art.
This Beatle moment brought to you by sold by TanyaZ.com.
So here's the thing. I forgot what the thing was.
What is the thing?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Tell me.
We're going to have outtakes available from the Mike and John podcast in 20 years.
Wow.
There will be outtakes, and people will say, "Hey, did you hear that outtake when they were talking about snoring and farting?"
Yeah, all of these are being recorded directly into the Mike and John archive.
Yes, they are.
Which
is available on our website.
Well,
MikeandJohnPodcast.com.
Of course, we are currently, talking with different universities and academic institutions about who will take our archive.
Yeah,
they're bidding right now. I mean, you can imagine the fury.
Yeah. Some radio station may even want to use this as their morning show sometime.
Well, I mean, maybe,
I don't know. It's just crazy. Who knows what's going to happen with that media? All right. So what are we doing? Oh, we're talking about a really big shoe.
I think we know. Anyway, yes. It's time for the Steve Schulte Variety Hour.
No, it's
well, we're not going to take an hour, but
that's good because I got stuff I got to do.
Yeah. But we're going to find out about the show coming up. It's a big shoe.
That's what it says here. It's a big shoe.
It's a big shoe. You got big shoes to fill.
It's the Steve Schulte modern old-fashioned variety shoe.
Right.
It's gonna be a great shoe.
I'm sorry, we must have the wrong number. We
were talking about
the
Steve Schulte modern old-fashioned variety shoe.
Now, is that an Ed Sullivan reference?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All
right. Yeah.
If I just had to put W, it would have been just normal. But because I put OO, everybody laughs when they say that title. So that's fantastic.
See, that's how they know this is going to be something different.
Got my fingerprints all.
Yes, it does.
All right, so this is coming up this Friday, the 18th, at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Brighton. Doors open at 6:50. The show starts around. The shoe starts around 7:30. See, it says here the show begins, but I gotta change that to a shoe.
Yeah,
the shoe begins.
Are we going right now, or are we practicing?
Oh, we're going, fella.
Oh, we're practicing.
Oh, we don't practice. What's
anything.
this practice crap you're talking
about?
We're
in a band and we sing.
What do you think this? Some outtake from Revolver?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we are going. So now the lineup you've got going here includes Neil Woodward and the Harry Bottom Boys.
Yes.
Is this a new configuration for Neil?
What's that?
Is this a new configuration for Neil?
No, it's the same gentleman.
Okay.
But Gary Weisenberg, who's been around the Detroit area for a long time, is joining us on bass guitar. And so Neil has done this in the 3 of the past 5 shows, and he's tickled to be able to do it again.
Right, and then that's just the one of that's the headliner kind of. But you've got a whole lineup of great performances planned.
Well, I think always you really need to consider Stilton John the headliner.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Stilton John wasn't on.
Elton John tribute.
Yeah,
Stilton John,
kind of at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
So we didn't lead with that.
That's the headliner.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so humble. I didn't leave. I didn't put my name on the shirt there.
No. What are you talking about? Wait, are you Stilton John?
Yes. The truth is out. Yes,
Okay.
The honky cat's out of the bag.
Uh-oh.
You guys see what it is.
Yes,
Okay.
the taller, cheesier version of Elton John.
Well, okay. Yeah.
All right, so it's a modern, old-fashioned variety shoe. So what other variety parts of the show besides music?
I'm very excited to introduce a band called Sand Spit. It's a bunch of high schoolers from the Fenton and Flint area. Actually, it's a trio, 2 gals and a guy, and they rock hard. And I'm really super glad they're gonna help me with the grand finale, which is it's AC/DC's. It's a long way to the top if you want to be the Pope.
Okay.
And they're going to help me out with that at the very end. And that song itself is just going to be crazy because I have, once again, Terrence Bradley, the best bagpiper in the world, coming to play the solo on bagpipes for the grand finale.
Wow.
That is quite a shoe. I would say that is quite a shoe.
It's going to be a really great shoe.
Absolutely. And it's a donation at the door for folks that want to come on out and check this out. And as always, this is a fundraiser, all the profits benefiting the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Yes, that's exactly right. Colleen and I have a child who had cystic fibrosis, and the foundation helped him live a very normal life. And so it's a great foundation, and we're glad to raise money for them.
Absolutely. So it's a fun night for a great cause, as they say. And for folks that are going to be coming out, there's going to be, there'll be some good food available, and the beverages are on them, we'll say.
Yeah, we could just say it's BYOB, man. Bring your own hooch.
It's not often that a church, you can bring BYOB to a church.
Well, we're going to be in the community room.
Right.
Okay.
Not in the church.
We should
Not
make that.
stealing-
Yeah, we should make that clear. Yes,
Not
you're right.
stealing the wine from behind the altar.
No.
All right, let's bring your own. All right, and get on into your own entertainment zen zone.
Yeah, I made that up. I don't know. Probably it was a late night or something.
I was going to say,
Well,
I was in my zen zone.
Along with the modern old-fashioned variety shoe. You're on top of it, Steve. I mean, you're like, you're coming up with these things. Zing zang.
Let's all hail creativity. Isn't
There
that
we
a great
go.
thing?
Absolutely. All right, so yeah, the Steve Schulte modern old-fashioned variety shoe this Friday at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Brighton. Doors open 6:50. Show begins 7:30.
Shoe begins at 7:30.
I'm sorry, the shoe begins
on.
at 7:30.
The shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun when you say it. Have fun when you say it.
Right. And Steve, this is, I don't know how many, you put on so many different shows, many different shoes through the years.
I think this is the first shoe, isn't it? You've done
I don't know,
shows.
is
This
that-
is
yeah.
the first shoe.
This is the first shoe, exactly.
All right.
It's going to be a shoe-in.
All right.
So,
Oh, God.
I have to mention one more thing, if I
Yes,
may.
sure.
Today is actually the premiere of a movie called Cupid's Christmas, which was filmed in Holly, Michigan a year ago. And the star of that movie, Marla Moore, will be singing a full set of Phantom of the Opera.
Wait
wow.
a minute. Look
During
at
the
you.
shoe?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's part of the shoe, baby.
Oh,
It's
wow.
going to be amazing.
All right,
Nice.
so watch the debut tonight.
Yes.
And
Cupid's Christmas, I think it's streaming on, the regular streaming things.
Just
The stream thing.
search it out. Cupid's Christmas. I was in Holly recently, and I saw there was a poster up there that said, "Hey, filmed, in downtown Holly," and it looks like a.
They just had just had the premiere about a week and a half ago at the Imagine in Heartland.
Oh, very cool. All right, so again, actress Marla Moore in Cupid's Christmas will be appearing at the Big Shoo.
Star-studded. I mean, really.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Well, we're only missing one person, and that's you, John.
Oh no.
You got to answer the call one of these times, man.
I'm sorry. I don't do shoes.
He barely wears shoes.
For you guys to do a live podcast during the shoot.
During the shoe?
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe next
you know what?
maybe next shoe.
Here's what you do. If you want that, you have us, and you put us at the end of the show, and that'll make sure that people clear out of there.
There you go.
That'll end, and everyone, okay, gotta go. Here's Mike and John.
It's kind of like when they play closing time at the end of the night at the bar.
We're the non-musical version of closing time.
Exodus.
Yeah, that's right.
go.
There you go. All right.
All right, so you don't need to buy tickets. You can your donations at the door, and
And if somebody wants to donate ahead of time and get reserved seating, they can call me to arrange that at 810-923-8059.
Right, and I think you have a Facebook invite out there as well.
Yeah, there's a Facebook event. That's right.
So people can check that out. Just go Facebook and search out the Steve Schulte Modern Old-Fashioned Variety Shoe.
all right.
Shoe.
Right.
Well, Steve, I'm sure it's going to be a great time. Obviously, a great cause to benefit Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Thanks for checking in with us today. We appreciate it.
One more little jingle here for you.
All right.
Mike and John got it going on.
That's
All right,
our...
we'll see you guys.
All right, thanks, Steve. All right.
Thank you.
Yep, talk to you. All right.
I forgot he wanted to sing our theme.
Right.
Yeah, who told him he couldn't?
I didn't say couldn't.
We just
We just,
let me hang up.
You better hang up. So
he's gone. All right, he's gone
But
now.
the estate of Marvin Gaye had a problem with
Yeah,
that.
it was copyright.
We don't want to get into any copyright or trademark stuff.
No, that just gets messy.
So,
It really does.
I mean, our legal team has been working overtime as it is already.
They're swearing at us left and right, saying, "Come on, you guys, get it together." I said, "You know what? We've got it going on, and we have since the beginning of February. Maybe it was the middle of February, John.
I think it
can't
was.
quite
I was
remember.
trying to remember when we.
It was right
when
around
we
Valentine's
kicked it off.
Day.
We're approaching our 200th episode,
That's crazy.
and the start of our third season. If we're going to keep that tradition up, I don't know.
Season 3 is going to be big.
Is it?
You
Now-
thought Yellowstone was big?
Now we were originally
Heck no.
tied the whole season thing to Reacher.
That's coming out next year.
I know, and then we found out, next year. Well,
That's like 2023.
That's too long a season.
And we're getting close to 2023, but yeah, season 3 is coming up.
So,
But you know who's been there with us for season 1 and all through season 2? It's our friends at Firehouse Doors, John King.
This is true. They are the OG sponsor.
Yes.
They've been serving Livingston County residents for the past 24, going on 25 years. You know what?
They started in like 98. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, that would be, yeah,
Good
job.
How about that, huh?
Just saw some smoke come out of both of our ears. Yes, serving Livingston County residents the past 24 years. They are veteran-owned. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. They're your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And for the past 21, going on 22 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized distributor.
That would
for
mean they
CHI.
started that in 2001.
Right, 2001.
2001.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow is right, Mike.
It is.
And they're the only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors in Livingston County.
right.
That's Firehouse Doors. Call them 810-599-7480.
So John is going to be emceeing the Arc Livingston's 29th annual holiday fashion show tomorrow.
Right. I picked up my tux yesterday at Brighton Tux.
Did you try it on before you left?
I did.
Make sure the pants were
Yeah, I had to go through.
not floods.
Yeah. They were a little bit floody, but no.
They were a little
he's like,
floody.
Well, maybe you
Wear
don't.
boots.
He's like, well, maybe you don't wear them around your nipples, and they won't. They won't be floods. I'm like, all right, good point.
Did you get suspenders? Or
Yeah, I
you-
did get
You
suspenders.
got suspenders?
Got
Oh,
suspenders, yeah.
I knew you'd get suspenders. Howdy, hey.
Yeah.
All right. So that should be a lot of fun.
Thursday night at Crystal Gardens, and of course that's all to benefit Arc of Livingston, and lots of fun, great evening.
Lots of auction items and raffles too.
Right. Don't forget Cooper and Binkley Jewelers selling raffle tickets to the jewelry raffle. You don't have to be present to win; they're just $10, and you can stop by Cooper and Binkley and buy those. And again,
You'll have a shot at 3 different pieces of jewelry
some
because
great
they
prizes.
kind of go up in levels, but should be a great time for a great cause. All right, coming up tomorrow, The Less You Know with Rich Perlberg. Do we know what we're talking to Rich about tomorrow yet?
I do not.
He keeps it a secret until about 7:57,
Right,
the
it's,
night before, and then we find out and we go, oh, we can cover that.
Oh well.
Oh, that's what he
Oh.
wants to talk about. All right.
We'll keep it secret.
Yes. So we'll get to that tomorrow as always, and our 2-cent history lesson today
Right.
is the 16th of November. Today is Button Day. The national
As
button,
in button it.
like buttons.
Oh, I see it.
Those buttons.
You know, 'cause some people make announcements, and you will go, why don't you just button it?
Or zip it.
Yeah.
That's not Zipper Day, it's
Okay,
Button
all
Day.
right.
So, yeah.
You know.
The National Button Society, by the way,
Oh.
was founded in 1938. They established Button Day as a celebration for all who enjoyed collecting and crafting with buttons.
Okay.
I bet there's a button museum somewhere.
Well, there's got to be. We'll find out. But when you think about like Raggedy Ann and Andy, they had button eyes. So,
Well, who had the button nose?
Mrs. Beasley.
Somebody had a button nose. I don't know. Okay. It's also National Fast Food Day. Hey, kill yourself a little faster. Go to the Golden Arches. 1841 in this state, the first life jacket was patented.
Wow.
Not the life saver, the life jacket. One you could put on and sport. That's what you should wear at the fashion show, is a fashionable life jacket.
Oh, maybe. You know how
Walk in
fashionable
just in
those
case,
are, yeah.
just in case it gets really wet.
We once had a coworker who
Had a boat, but didn't know how to swim.
but was afraid of water, and
Yeah.
Was known
Life
to
jacket.
wear a life jacket.
So when they came out with the first life jacket patent, there probably had to be a couple of trial and errors before getting the patent to make sure that it works. Here, put this lead vest on. Let's see if that saves.
I don't know. Yeah, let's try everything.
1915, the original Coke bottle was patented on this day. I wonder if it had the little green hue to it.
Right.
Because that's what makes a Coca-Cola
That is kind of the
bottle.
classic, But if you're buying the glass, which they only make in Mexico,
I can't have that Mexican glass.
well, that's the only way you're going to get Coke in a glass. I mean, in a glass bottle, unless you pour it in there.
Unless you had Coke bottle glasses.
That's true. That's true.
He's got Coke bottles. You can't say that anymore.
No, you cannot.
Probably can't see out of those damn things anyway if you're using the bottom of a Coke bottle for your glasses. Playwright Arthur Miller. Wasn't he the dance guy? Arthur Miller's School of Dance?
No, he was a playwright. You just said
He's a playwright.
He was married to Marilyn Monroe.
Right. They got divorced on this day in 1960.
No, he was. That's what I said.
He said, I got to find somebody better than you, Marilyn. Yeah. Hit the road. That's what Arthur said.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I think you're thinking of Arthur Murray.
Oh, that's
was
right.
the dance guy.
Yeah.
Arthur Miller was.
He was a playwright.
The guy that got to hang out with Marilyn Monroe for a couple of years. Voice got kind of deep there. Sorry.
He went in. It's Arthur Miller.
It was like right after she was married to Joe DiMaggio, a big sports star, manly man,
coffee maker.
And then she went to the guy with the Coke bottle glasses. I'm a playwright.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Did he really talk that way?
I don't. Probably not.
Hello, I'm
I
Arthur
just
Miller.
can imagine that he did.
1963.
We're idiots.
The touch tone phones were introduced.
Wow.
Now, my family didn't have a touch tone phone until the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
But it was introduced in 1963.
I want to say it might have been late 70s, around 1980. I remember we got push button phones. I remember the guy.
I got to check something.
Yeah.
See, because these, your phone, your cell phone, it does kind of make that touch tone sound.
It still does, right? No, that's It doesn't make the. It doesn't do that anymore.
That was fun.
Yeah.
They should make that.
I mean, they really should make an app.
Probably,
make
probably
it
does have an app for that.
Actually, you're right, but push button phones. Wow,
touch tone.
Got into and then you tell your kids. I remember when the dial rotary. They're just like, "How old are you?"
Yeah. Those are good times. Those were really fun.
I mean, I'm sure they imagine us as kids. Mabel, give me Rochester 543.
I just want to take them and show them a phone on the wall like the Brady Bunch had.
Yeah.
A payphone.
We were at the Linden Hotel last night, and they had a payphone.
Jeez, dude, we don't want to hear about your sex life.
Well, it was a little awkward in the booth, but
Did you wear your tuxedo?
I did not. No, but I did wear my soup on my shirt.
Very classy.
Well, absolutely.
If you'd had a life jacket on, it would have been a lot safer. 1971, the invention that made personal computers was made public on this day, when Intel introduced a single microchip that contained an entire central processing unit.
Yeah.
Or a CPU.
The old CPU.
You got a CPU.
It's a self-contained CPU. That's an SC-CPU.
Yes, it is. It's not a CUP.
No.
1973, Skylab 3.
What's up?
Skylab 3, carrying a crew of 3 astronauts, was launched from Cape Canaveral. It was an 84-day mission. It's like, hold off on all my subscriptions. Tell Sports Illustrated don't mail them for 84 days when I get back from Skylab 3. Do you think they did lab stuff in Skylab 3?
Well, it's a lab.
Experiments. It was a lab in the sky.
Yeah, that was the whole point of it. But
did they wear the ugly lab coats that
we talking about the
scientists and
yesterday
stuff
show?
were not happy with? On this day in 2002, Texan multi-billionaire. That's a multi-billionaire with a B.
Well, isn't everyone in Texas rich? Multi-billionaire?
David Bonderman hired the Rolling Stones to play at his 60th birthday party.
Oh, nice.
It was at the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas. Cost David $7.6 million. I guess when you're a multi-billionaire.
I mean, what is that?
7.6. Yeah, come on over, Mick.
There you go.
Yeah, bring Keith and the guys with you. 2010, the Beatles' back catalog was finally available on iTunes after years of negotiations.
Money, money, money.
Is the special edition revolver available on that?
I don't
on
believe
iTunes?
so. I don't. I want that though.
I'll have to put it on your list.
Trying to see.
How much is that special edition revolver? You know, we don't have that.
Okay.
Now you're looking at guns. Limited edition revolver.
So,
Oh, look it. It's Jesse James's revolver.
guns here. It's $112.
$112.
Yeah.
I just bought the reissue, remix, special edition of John Mellencamp's Scarecrow. And it has 2 new songs on it from 1985.
Okay.
Songs that didn't make the album.
Right.
One is called the Carolina Shag. And it's a pretty good tune.
All right.
But it sounds like a young John Mellencamp as compared to how raspy he sounds today. It was 1985. We were all a little younger.
7 years ago.
Had longer hair. And
Yeah.
we were cool. Jean jackets. John couldn't hang out with guys with jean jackets
they were
because we were
hoodlums. Hoodlums.
Yeah. I'm going to wear my jean jacket tomorrow then. It was on this day in 2012. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 grossed $500 million in 24 hours to become the biggest entertainment launch of all time.
Oh my God,
of
so
course, once this show happened, Black Ops out the door.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes. We probably have 29 subscribers. No, we're more than that.
we've got quite a few subscribers to our newsletter.
We have a newsletter?
Yeah, we do. It's at MikeandJohnPodcast.com. You just right in the top menu bar, just hit the newsletter thing and put your email in. Boom.
Or it
every
says
day.
newsletter.
Yeah,
You just click
so
that.
We make it very easy. And then, you get.
If it ends up in your
newsletter.
spam mail, you got to check that and make sure it gets over to your regular mail.
Yeah.
Because it could end
Unless
up in
that's
your...
where you want it.
And then
That's up to you.
Mine came into the junk mail box, and I said, "That's not junk mail.
No.
That's John and Mike and John's newsletter."
I know those
And
guys.
I read it last night.
Okay, so yeah, you want to get a daily news summary? Just go to MikeandJohnPodcast.com and sign up for the newsletter.
That's
Yeah.
double checking.
We're doing
That's an interesting email. We don't want to open that one on the show. No.
Delete that if
I don't know how that got in there.
Uh-huh.
What? Oh boy.
Got to explain that one.
Tuesday History Lesson brought to you by Oakland Insurance, our good friend Drew Goebel.
That's right. And Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance, providing the peace of mind you need. At Oakland Insurance, they believe the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair. If you want to get frank about insurance, call Drew Goebel of Oakland Insurance, 248-647-2500. And coming up this weekend, a little special.
A DG giveaway?
Yeah.
Drew Goebel giveaway.
Drew Goebel giveaway. We'll
A
talk
D
more about
double
that.
G giveaway.
Yeah, we'll give you more details on that coming up.
Yeah, as soon as we know what we're doing, we'll tell you.
Yeah. Well,
That's kind of how it
hasn't
works.
stopped us so far.
Hey, did you hear we're giving away $1,000?
What? $1,000?
$1,000 cash. Cash.
Wow.
In cash.
Cash is nice.
Given away for Christmas.
I like cash.
Christmas in the Ville.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense?
It does.
It's Christmas cash.
That's right.
In the Ville.
December 3rd in downtown Fowlerville. It's an all-day event. We'll be out there in the afternoon getting ready for the big parade later in the evening that goes through on Grand River through the downtown area. And we'll have a special Mike and John entry.
That's right.
You won't miss it.
If you do,
Yeah.
shame on you.
And we'll have a tent set up and your chance to register to win $1,000 cash.
That we're going to give away the following Monday.
Right,
We'll
that's
draw the winner
The 5th.
December 5th.
Right.
That gives you time to get the
But you
money and
can-
spend the money.
But
for
you can
Christmas.
only sign up at Christmas in the Ville. So you got to come out to Christmas in the Ville. You sign up, 18 and over only.
Entries are limited.
No.
No, we don't want to cause a...
Well, you know.
Well, if we have to make up entry blanks as we go, we'll do that. We have people to do that, don't we?
We got to get people.
We got to get some people to do this.
We got to get some people.
One entry per customer. Must be 18 or older.
Right.
And all
that
this other
other
disclaimer,
mumbo jumbo,
legal,
all of our legal firm
stuff.
Pinch Loaf and
There you go.
Craftsmore, get on that.
That's right. All right. So that we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, don't forget with the upcoming weather. We've already experienced a
It's
little
not
bit of it.
upcoming. It's here, fella.
We've gotten some of it, but this is just a smidgen. You want to make sure your car is ready for winter. See our friends at Murphy's Family Auto for all your auto repair needs, vehicle maintenance, and winter preparation. Murphy's Family Auto, your car knows. Call them today at 517-552-3040. We're open on Saturdays from 8 to 1, and if you tell them Mike and John sent you, you get 5% off your bill. So stop by Murphy's Family Auto, get ready for winter. And we'll be back coming up tomorrow.
Will we, though?
Well, there's one more thing we need to do. Break out those cigars again.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because the cigars made an appearance earlier on the show, and I'm a little perplexed as to, aren't they the same brand?
You choose. I guess you could see the bigger.
Well, you can tell by the tone.
Yeah.
Where did these come from?
Now that, I believe, is a Cuban.
It's a Cohiba.
Yeah.
That's a fake Cuban.
I think it's probably a fake
It's-
Cuban.
it's a fake
I'm
Cuban.
sure it is.
How old are these things?
They're pretty old.
Yeah.
They're pretty old.
There's
Stale.
no-
They've not been in my humidor.
You mean an
If-
old coffee cup is not a humidor?
If my
So when John,
alligator pencil holder qualifies as a humidor,
So- I didn't know we had two cigars in the studio.
we do.
All right, the
We're
old
getting ready.
Fogey's Stogie,
Yeah, you want to know when?
the 500th episode.
Oh, okay, good. Because these stink.
I've never been a big cigar fan.
No. I remember going to a party when we just moved into our old neighborhood. Kind of meet everybody. We're having a big party. Everyone come over and meet everybody. All right.
Have a cigar.
And the guys all went out on the, hey, let's all go out on the deck. Okay, the guys are gonna come out here. All right, I'm one of the guys.
Wait up.
I'm one of the guys. Wait up.
Hey guys, wait.
Hey guys. Get out there. They start lighting up cigars. I'm like, oh crap. I know. And nothing changes.
I wish
I'm an adult. I have kids, but I'm right back in middle school again.
Everybody.
I don't want to miss out.
So you pull out like a little Swisher Sweets.
Well, they were passing out the cigars.
Oh, they're handing out
Right.
cigars.
And then they had the cigar cutter. And I'm like, look, how do you use this thing? I don't want to cut my finger. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
John lost tip of his finger.
Dang it!
Cigar version.
Yeah. So, we get this is all going well. They light up the stogies. Got a
These
stogie.
things stink.
And then I'm like, take one puff of this thing. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Did you go right into that? Yeah, you guys.
I wanted to, but I held off.
Was that Bogey?
Well, or Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah, Edward G.
See? Yeah, see?
I had to kill my brother. That was Mickey
No,
Dolenz on the Monkeys. Yeah, you.
Okay.
All right. Enough of the cigar talk. Let's
Yeah.
talk about property management.
Well, yeah, it's a perfect segue.
yes. Look at smoking out back. That's what the property manager said. No smoking within 5
Right.
feet of the building. Or make it 50 feet if it's a cigar.
Right. If you have a rental property that you need managed to make sure that idiots aren't out there smoking cigars,
Heck yeah.
Richter and Associates Property Management, they're the guys to call. Well, the people to call, not just the guys.
There's ladies that work
Yeah,
there too,
absolutely.
John.
They're licensed real estate brokers, rental property experts in Livingston, Genesee, and Oakland counties. 40 plus years in the business, located in downtown Howell, but they cover the whole area.
Yeah.
Go online, their website, richterassociate.com. That's RICHTERASSOC.com.
Or call 517-540-9560.
Yeah.
Richter and Associates Property Management. Whew, this has been a heck of a show. We're not using shoe ever again.
Mike and John got it going on. You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
All right.
Post show now.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, I thought it was kind of humorous when Steve wondered when we were going to start the interview. About 5 minutes into the interview. Yeah. So for anyone, just a future reference, and he handled it well. Just for future reference.
If we call you.
Yeah.
It's
We're
happening
on.
right then and there.
We record this live. As you well know, we don't do a lot of editing. So.
Yeah, it's not within the budget.
Well,
having somebody do that, it's time, and
we're lazy.
Yeah.
But that's it. We record this live.
That's right.
As is. You get the full thing. It's not a bunch of cheesy jokes.
Well, sometimes they're cheesy.
Well, yeah. I said not a bunch. A lot of waka waka, rubber
only we
chicken,
had one of
seltzer
those.
bottle.
Yeah, if we had one of those seltzer
we're not one of
bottles,
those kind of
yeah.
shows.
Be kind of
Because
crazy.
you get enough of that already.
Well, maybe you don't get enough of that, and you don't want that.
Well, people don't.
No. I don't know what you're referring to.
I don't
John.
know what I'm referring
You
to
just
either.
keep rattling on about this.
Oh, check out the app.
Ooh. That's amazing.